Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwarah, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Welcome to the world of ALP Astrology. I am your ALP astrologer, Nithya Shankar, joining you from Chennai. In conversation with me is my dear friend, Bhavani Muthusamy, joining us from Karur. She's an ALP astrologer and also a practitioner of flower medicine. So today we will be discussing the topic education. Education is so primary because it defines the path and the career of any individual, isn't it? So with career, the first building block is your education. Primarily, we all want to take a career along the path of what we have studied, isn't it? Some people deviate depending on their choices or the realization along the path of their life. So when you see education, we encounter people whose children are in the 14, 15 ages coming to us asking for which is the right career for them, because there are a lot of choices these days in education. If you see, there are computers, as long as education is concerned, it is technical and commercial, which is the commerce group primarily in the schools, or it is creative fields, which is also a booming industry today. So these children have many talents. They want to know which is the right path for them. More than the children, it is the parents who wants to guide their children accordingly. Or somewhere we also see children coming to us with memory issues, like they are not able to retain whatever they have studied. They come to us with other thing like very playful, hyperactive. At the time of exam, they have, they forget a lot of things, or they study well, but they are not able to give the output they desire. Some children are wanting to prepare for competitive exams. They want to know if they are in the right path. They want to know if this is the right choice that they have taken. So all these kind of people we encounter in our daily lives. And many of us, even if you don't go to an astrologer, would want some insights as to if there is some options which can ease their situation. So in ALP astrology, we primarily guide based on the lagna of the natal and also the second house bhava, how it is in relevance to the first house. But as we saw, all the planets have a role in our their character, like by the nature of the person. So if you see sun, he dominates and gives the natal the willpower to do the job. So if irrespective of wherever, whichever house the sun denotes, even if it is not the second house, if you see the willpower of the person is primarily defined by the sun aspect in his horoscope. So if the sun is not in the right place, then the person will want to read, lift the book, and sometime you will see that the person is deviating and moving away from doing that job, because the willpower is not helping him to achieve his progress, or whatever he wants to do is not happening because his willpower is not in alliance with his state of mind. Similarly, the Mercury aspect is the intelligence, the retention of the data, whatever he is studying, the information is retained in him because of his intelligence factor. So if the Mercury aspect is not supportive to the native, then this aspect will falter. Like if you see the child is not able to retain the questions in the exam, then the Buddha aspect has to be addressed in the native. Similarly, the Guru aspect. Some children, if you see, they will be studying the subject without even much of interest to the subject because they like the teacher. The teacher inspires them, and they would like to study the subject and get good marks and want the teacher to appreciate them. So that means the guru aspect is actually complementing and making the child study that subject well. So these are the various aspects in the horoscope which will support the person to study. So it is not just only the second house. The second house primarily plays or defines how the child's education is going to be. If the second house is good, then we know that all these aspects are also good in the person's horoscope. If the second house is not good, then looking at these factors of the other planets, we can identify exactly where the problem lies, and we can help the individual better himself or herself in that area of their life. For this, flowers, why flowers are used as remedies. A great person called Edward Bach, he was the person who conceptualized this whole aspect of flower medicine. He associated the human emotions to medicine, because everything in life, if you see, is an emotion. We attach everything, we express everything, we realize, we feel everything as an emotion. So any disorder in a person starts at the point as an emotion. So if you're, for example, not liking the teacher, so that is an emotion that causes a dislike towards the subject itself, isn't it? We realize it in all facets of life, but primarily in education, a small child will not know anything, say a 5-year-old child or a 10-year-old child. They will go to a class, they will only go for school initially for fun, to play with children. So that's the motivation. So that itself is an emotion. So with that playfulness, we as adults try to teach the child something. So that is where the role of the teacher comes, how the bonding happens. Teachers are always called the second mothers, because most of the time the child spends the maximum time in school, isn't it? So these are the aspects we will be touching today, and how flowers help us in our daily lives. If we see, all of us have an electromagnetic field. Similarly, even flowers have these field, and it is understood and researched that these flowers field is so much in alliance or closest to the vibration of Earth. That is why Edward Bach, he has chosen flower as a medium to help people get out of all these negative aspects in their life by increasing the positivity. It is not addressing the negativity. It is by increasing your positivity, you're getting rid of the negative aspects in your life. So today we will discuss further more about these flowers and the aspects they can help us in our life from our dear friend Bhavani. Over to you, Bhavani, to enlighten us on other features of the flowers and the medicines that you prescribe for different ailments or different situations for education.
Thank you, ma'am. Pleasant morning to everybody. And actually, I'm an ALP astrologer from Karur, as ma'am introduced me. I'm actually practicing flower medicine for more than 3 years. But after entering into ALP astrology, I have got a new perspective of giving flower medicines. And regarding to the particular problems, actually flower medicines, let me give a short intro about a flower medicine. The tagline about flower medicine is, don't treat diseases, treat patients. So actually what we do is, we treat patients, and we are trying to cure the ailments. But the tagline for this is, don't treat for diseases. Okay, we actually give to the patient according to their mind state, and we try to solve their problems. It is called as a reverse psychology. Actually, we will try to solve the problems and make our minds peace. But actually, what flower medicines do is, we actually make the mind peaceful, and so that our problems will disappear. So this is the concept of flower medicine. And as ma'am said, it is actually discovered by Edward Batch from London. He is actually a surgeon by himself. He got his medical certifications from London colleges, Cambridge College. He worked as a surgeon, as a professional surgeon. And throughout the time, he felt that something is missing. When patients come recurringly, he couldn't find that they get healed permanently. They'll get healed for some time and they'll come again with some other issues. And he thought, why this is happening? We have studied so much and we have implemented whatever we studied and we treat patients, but finally what the end result is, they are not getting cured. It is actually a temporary cure, and he wants to be permanent cure. Finally he got himself a disease, and he wanted to get operated by himself, and all other doctors suggested that if you are not getting operated, then you will not live for so long time. And he didn't choose any options, so he decided to take surgery. And after surgery, they told you will be alive for some months alone. And he got very depressed, and he waited in his room for throughout his life. He started to remain in a room, and his mind got very depressed. And when he goes out and see trees and flowers, he felt a bit relaxed. And then he comes into the house, he again got the same depression. So he felt something is there outside and something that is not inside. Then he realized that whatever the flowers he see, that gives him relaxation. See, so he picked some flowers and kept it in his room and watched that whether the mind state is same as outside. And he felt a little more relaxed. So he started to experiment on flowers. He collected the dew drops on the flowers every morning and tried to consume it by himself first. So first he introduced some 12 flowers as healers, and whoever comes for remedies, he tried to give them this dew drops along with other medications. And some reported it is good for them, and some reported that it doesn't work for them. So then he realized that as allopathy medicines, we don't have specific medicines for diseases. If we have a stomach pain, we won't give everybody the same remedy. According to their mind state, even the issue was same, we never give a same remedy. We try to change remedies according to their mind state. Only then it will be solved. That's what he found, and he tried to experiment on their mind state. And finally, he gave us 38 beautiful blessings. I usually call them as angels. So they gift everything what we deserve. So the main point he wanted to tell us is everything is in nature that cures us. As in ALP astrology, we never give remedies which is very costly, and we try to implement very cheap remedies and very effective remedies, and day-to-day activities we can use them and we can treat ourselves. Like that, every planet has a frequency, and every thing we have in this world have a frequency of themselves. Every frequency present in a thing is actually given by the 9 planets and their 27 stars. Likewise, some flowers have the same frequency as planets and stars. So I try to what I try to do is, after learning ALP astrology, I try to give the medicines according to their horoscope, so that it is very accurate and it is very specific to them. Because astrology differs from person to person. Problem, their planets will be changed, their nakshatras will be changed. So I try to implement both, where I try to combine this flower medicine and ALP astrology. So hope that they'll get their results very soon. And this before ALP astrology, what I do is flower medicines are given according to their mind state and what the words they utter when they address to me. I'll keep on watching what they are talking, and I'll analyze what is their mind state, and It is basically given by that way. And after ALP astrology, I can address their specific need. What is the problem in their horoscope? Somebody will not tell their problems. They'll try to get their remedies, and they'll try to uplift their life. So I decided to go through their horoscope and address where the problem lies and which planets to be treated, or what is their actual problem in their horoscope. Likewise, every problem has a solution. This flower remedies give ultimate solutions for all our problems, which is actually what we have is whatever the problem is, actually our mind gets disturbed. Even physical problems or mental problems or other issues like money, relationship problems, everything, the ultimate problem goes to the mind. We get more suffered by our mind than physical ailments. So actually, if we treat mind problems, we can live a very peaceful life, and we can always focus on whatever the thing we want. We actually lies in whatever we are we don't have. We feel that we don't have this, we don't have that. We are focusing on that. So our mind changes to what is the thing really needed. Actually, what I learned from this flower medicine is actually we not from flower medicine. Actually, everybody comes here to do a certain karma. So this karma, if we do it correctly, God will give everything. So He will give a good relationship, good wealth, good health, everything will He give. So if we are able to cope up our mind and body, then actually from ALP astrology, sir says Lagna is our body and Rasi is our mind. So this is related to flower medicine also. They are trying to bring equilibrium between mind and body.
Right. So now we will look into some aspects. I'll throw some questions to you as to what are the problems we encounter in our clients when they come for education related issues. So enlighten us with what kind of medicines you can give in accordance to ALP astrology and flower medicine. Will that be fine, Bhavani?
Sure, ma'am. We can.
So generally people of this educational category, they have this memory issues because sometimes they tend to forget whatever they study. So what is it if they are not able to do well in the exam, even after putting a lot of hard work? So is there any medicine that you can suggest for on a generic scale, like individual horoscopes will be more apt to define the medicine, but generally if people have this kind of memory issues or retention issues, what is the medicine that you would suggest for them for better memory?
Okay, ma'am. Memory issues or actually we don't have a memory issue at all for any human being. What happens is if we lack interest in something, then we don't remember that. That is the problem here. If you are very interested, that won't go away from you. You'll remembering if you are going a tour after 1 week and you have to start by this time. Will anybody forget about that? No, they won't. They'll be enjoying their day and they'll be waiting for that day. Then it is same for everything. So if you have interest in something and if you have interest in what you do, you won't forget anything. The problem lies whereas we don't have interest in that and we are forced to do something. There comes this memory issues. And for some people, for aged people, this comes by age. But even that, many people are very strong and they remember everything even if they reach their old age. So what children are doing is they are studying for something that is forced to them. So they lack interest and throughout the day they are studying. They'll be given some time break. So over what we call that, we are dumping something into their mind. We are not letting them learn. I feel like that. So
get interest in them with your meditation.
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't get it.
No, can we create interest in them?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell. We can create interest in them. Actually, these medicines are given to disappear the mind state that is not necessary for them. If we take, for example, in astrology, we call moon as Manokaragan, is right, ma'am. Then, so memory power is related to more to the mind. So there is a flower medicine called as Scleranthus, which is given for this memory issues. Generally, they will give for memory issues, and according to their horoscope, it may change. But for memory issues, this flower will do something that lack of interest will be cleared. Okay. And they'll try to focus on that, and usually they'll have a tendency to switch between these, either they wanted to play or to study. So what their mind tells is they want happiness in doing everything. So this creates happiness in whatever they do. Okay. This creates they like to do their work with more energy, and Scleranthus will help memory issues in children. Okay, that's great. How do you take this medicine? Actually, these medicines are available in pills and liquid forms. It is actually prepared in London, and we buy it from there. It is also available in all homeopathy shops. You can get it from any homeopathy shops. It is available in sugar pills and liquid forms. If you get sugar pills, you can take 3 to 4 pills per time. You can take 3 times per day. And if you got it in the liquid form, you can dilute it in half glass of water with 5 drops of this essence, and you can consume little by little, not at one stretch. Okay. Because this acts well if it mixes with saliva. Okay. It is not getting digested. It is directly connected to your soul, and it is working. So okay. This is very important to drink bit by bit, so that it activates your mind and body at the same level. That's awesome. Because this will be very helpful. And how long does it take to respond in a person? Like when can they actually see benefits out of this medication? Actually, it differs from person to person, ma'am. For education related issues, it works within 10 to 15 days. You can see a little bit of improvement. You cannot see everything will be getting sorted within a week or a month. So because it takes some time to come here, so it needs the same time to get back to the normal also. Yeah. But you can see a difference within a 10 to 15 days. You'll see some difference in children also. Fine. This medicine, does it have any side effects? No, it is actually very safe. Actually, these are taken from flowers. The flowers are picked, and it is placed in the distilled water, and under sunlight it is kept for some time, and the extract is taken as medicine. So no side effects. Even to preserve this, they are using some kind of spirit made from grapes. So okay. Everything is natural, and it is very safe. Even a newborn child can take it, and then a very old person can take. So this is completely safe. Oh, that's really good news, because it's so important that in our holistic living, these things play a major role. See, primarily flowers are helping us to balance our emotions. That is all I can infer from what you're saying. We address our emotion and parallelly work towards fixing our issue also. I think it is a byproduct. If you are emotionally at your high, then your problem disappears on its own. That's really a good point here, Bhavani. So if the child is hyperactive or having or a slow learner, do you have medications for such children? Because that is a major aspect we see these days amongst children who are either hyperactive or they are very slow learners. So is this also a problem related to interest, or it is something else? Actually, whatever they do, whatever every human being does is out of their own interest, ma'am. Actually, these slow learners, what they do is they'll not be in the present. They'll be focusing on something happened past, or they'll be in the future dreaming. So what makes them slow is they'll miss some part of thing, they'll miss it. Even in classes, they'll miss some part of teachings given by the teachers, and that's why he didn't grab that, and he feels like I missed something, so I can't pick up like others. So for that, we have a flower medicine called chestnut bud, ma'am.
Okay.
What this chestnut bud do is, it will make them live in their present. This medicine is not, for all medicines, it is not only meant for kids, for everybody who cannot focus their thing, whatever they do, they have to take this medicine so that they'll be in present and they'll keep on focusing their work. If they focus that work, every work will be 100% completed, and 100% they'll feel satisfied. So to be in present is the main motto given by my flower medicine guru. Always be in present, because nature gives us many, somebody will tell some word that will be related to us. If we are not in present, then we'll miss that. So God cannot come in person to tell us the route to go. So yeah, we have to be aware, and we have to be in present. Then only we can find what is the other step we have to take.
True.
So for that, chestnut bud will help them to be in present and to focus on, and concentration issues of everything will be treated by this medicine.
Super. So for irritability, some children don't even want to come and study, even if the parents say so many times to study. They are very irritated. They just don't want to study. There is a dislike towards study itself. So what do you think you can suggest for such children? Like, for sure, we know that the education bhava is not in accordance at all. So if that be the case, what kind of medicine can actually help them in such situations?
Sure, ma'am. Actually, as you said, the second bhava is for education. And what I do is, what planet is ruling them for education, and I'll suggest them. But in general, what we do for them is, actually, irritation is caused mostly because of the environment. If they don't like the environment they are studying, they'll tend to irritate. They don't like their teachers. If they don't like their friends, they'll actually irritate to go to school, and they don't like to be there. This is the cause for their irritability. So for that, we'll suggest some walnut. Actually, this is the flower of the actual walnut. What we take as nut. Yeah. The flower walnut helps great tremendous effect. If they don't like the environment, or if they are not ready to adapt to the environment they are, if they take walnut flowers, they will be much more adaptable, and they can even mingle with everybody. The children who try for the first time when they go to school, they'll usually try to cry a lot. They don't like to go, because the change of atmosphere, the change of environment, change of people makes them uncomfortable. For them, this walnut flower medicine will help them a lot. They'll adjust to everything. Everything will be in accordance with their comfort. That is the point. Actually, flower medicine, what does is, it will change the environment according to us. What is comfortable for us. The people try to console him according to his perspective. If he don't like it, they'll tend to change themselves according to him. So that is what is done by walnut flower. So for every children who doesn't like to go to school, or they have some issues in their environment or the people around them, they can try walnut flower, and this will make them very comfortable.
So all these pills are taken in the similar fashion like you explained earlier,
yes.
isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So if someone is trying for competitive exam and they want to succeed in it, they don't have any problems. But when you're competing with a mass, if you have to get an advantage of scoring well, do you have any medicines for that?
Actually, I'll give some combinations, ma'am, according to their mind state and horoscope and what they feel. Yeah, I'll give some combination of flowers, till 5 flowers I'll give them.
Okay.
For major, I'll give what they in competitive exams. What is the main problem is we'll have so much to study. We have to refer this, we have to refer that, we have to be studying for the whole time. We have to invest some years together to get through this competitive exams. For that, we'll feel that when will we complete this? We'll get boredom, and this becomes their what they call. We feel it as burden. So for them, I'll suggest that there is a medicine named hornbeam. What this does is even a very more work to be done. This can ease their work. This medicine, what it does is it will try to ease their work, and they can complete it even faster as they think. More time will not be consumed. After taking this hornbeam medicine, they'll feel like, oh, I completed this work this much faster. They'll feel like this. So this helps for competitive exams. Even if you are, if the exams is fast approaching, if you take hornbeam, you can complete your curriculum in a very short duration. So I suggest this as a main medicine in competitive exams.
What viewers should know is, if they are so keen to know, they should, go to the ALP astrologer. They should reach out to know what exactly it is, to know what benefits they can get from flower medicine also, because a personalized understanding will be more helpful in this situation. It's common medicines, what Bhavani is telling us, but for personalized opinion and your horoscope, you have to reach out to Bhavani to get more insights on what helps you perform better. Fine. So do you see dyslexic people having any remedies in flower medicine, Bhavani, in your experience?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, this flower medicine, everything is mind related. It is completely, actually, this is very common for people who are very struggling to get through their present situation. It is very helpful for them. Even dyslexic people, they have to accept whatever talent they have, whatever they have to explore. But for that, they'll need the flower called wild rose, ma'am. So wild rose, what happens is, as actually I said earlier that lack of interest, and they feel it has to be gone through. They have to feel it is, I have to create interest in whatever I do. But that is very impossible for a normal person. If we don't like how to create interest without somebody is pushing us, we try to make interest for somebody's pressure. But this medicines, what actually do is it create the interest within them.
Okay.
So if they take wild rose, they'll automatically do whatever they like, and the whole environment changes according to it. This wild rose helps them to be enjoying their work. They'll try to enjoy whatever they do.
Fine, that's good. See, when you're saying roses, I'm just thinking that roses are given for everything, for Friendship Day, for Valentine's Day, for any day. I think roses are there. Different color roses have different frequency or different reasons. That's why I think it is in our culture and tradition to use roses and flowers in general. You see, all marriages, they have a lot of flowers because they give a lot of positivity, they emit. Because it's so important that the bride and the groom are surrounded with positivity on that big day of theirs, that flowers are there. You can see jasmine, you can see rose, you can see all varieties of flowers, either in form of decoration or they are wearing it. And they see to that all the people who come also are given some flowers at the reception, at the entrance, right? So primarily flowers gives us that vibration and changes the complete environment. As Dr. Edward Bach felt the difference between the house and the garden, I think primarily that is the reasoning behind why flowers are there in our day-to-day life. aromatherapy is a therapy of its own, because the smell, the fragrance that they emit, that gives us a positive impact. And that is why we have in our tradition that we keep flowers to the gods and goddesses. In our own puja room, we do that. We put some incense sticks, but incense stick is still a chemical aspect. Anything natural, like sambrani, we say, all these things give a positivity in the environment where we live and where we spend most of our times. So, however, we are all prone to ups and downs of our daily life, isn't it? Everything is not under our control. So many times we experience a different situation when we step out of the house, but home is a place where you unwind yourself. So fill it with lot of good positive things. Keep it clean, keep it with more flowers or anything which gives good vibration, that will make a positive impact in you. With you don't have to have ailment to treat yourself, to go to a flower medicine and take it. You can, with precaution, you can handle it in a much better fashion. You surround yourself with lot of flowers, use them. See, for here I can give you a tip. Rose is used to fulfill your desires, because rose flower has a frequency which matches that to or closest to that of the frequency of the earth. So the fragrance that they give, what happens, if you see, you should the stamen of the flower is hollow mostly. The energy from the idol or the temple, the god and goddesses in the temple are decorated with flowers, isn't it? Their feet or the head is decorated with flowers. So when we are given that flower which is kept on the idol and comes to us, there is a frequency which the flower absorbs. And when it is given to us, it radiates it to us. That is why the stamen is kept on the idol, and the flower, the petal component is facing us, because it blooms, the color and the vibration and the fragrance and the frequency is coming to us, and it is matching us to calm us. Because the minute it comes to us, we use it, we keep it in our head or we hold it. So with the help of the flower, we are actually absorbing the energy of the divinity. And this stays with us at least for 3 hours to 4 hours. The frequency is there with us. After that, it slowly wears out, because the life of that flower is also limited, isn't it? So that is why it is so essential we buy flowers and give it in temples or other places of worship. We use flowers in our daily life to keep it to the Bhagwan in our mandir, in our in our house. So all these things are primarily done because this generates a kind of positivity, and it is also essential not to use semi-dried flowers, or just because we have lack of flowers to do the puja, to separate the petals and do it. Because I just explained to you, the objective is from the stamen it goes to the petals and it vibrates. So if you're tearing the petals off, they don't function separately. So it is essential you offer the whole flower to the god. When you offer that, the vibration is taken and it is given back to you. So nature only gives back what you give to it. So learn to give good things so that you also receive good things in life. That is one thing. And the other aspect which I wanted to tell in relative to flowers is the hibiscus. Hibiscus is primarily the flower which is essential for all vastu defects in your house. Hibiscus plant is a remedy. You can plant keep a hibiscus plant in your house, and it greatly negates all the negative energy in your house. So that is a very good vastu tip for you. And hibiscus flower in itself can be used for your day-to-day puja and all, because it has the effect of the sun. It is very good, and it is used for Muruga also, because the red is the color for Mars. So anything with to do with courage, it gives you all those qualities. if you lack those qualities, these qualities will increase in you by using this in your day-to-day life, by seeing it, because whatever you see, you observe, you register, you somewhere, in a subtle manner, these things impact you. That is why it is so important to look around and to be surrounded by positive people. Why? Do they do anything to you? Just by their presence, you start, getting that energy absorbed into you. So without people also, when you're staying, these flowers are small living things in creation, which can give you that positivity. So with that note, I hand it over to Bhavani for any further tips for the day.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, as you said, we all have flowers in all our functions and all our ceremonies, and actually flowers speaks greater than what we speak. That's why we are offering flowers to God and goddesses. When we hold some flowers in our hand and we give it to the God, it vibrates what we need. It speaks to God what is the purpose of we are going and meeting God or goddesses and offering them. So this speaks to gods, as it is mentioned in our class. So that's why every functions and every ceremonies we use flowers, so that the whole place vibrates. Not only the person who holds, or for decorations we use it, but now we are using more paper flowers or artificial flowers. But if they try to use natural flowers, the functions and ceremonies will be very happy than they expect. And the tip of the day, what I like to give is, for all children, I'll suggest two medicines, chestnut bud and cereto. These two medicines, if they take regularly for studying kids or for slow learners, whatever complications they have in their education, if they take these two medicines, chestnut bud and cereto, they'll be very focused in their studies, and they'll read or they'll get educated what is really necessary for their life. For somebody, they'll find interest in drawing, somebody they'll find interest in dancing, and somebody, we are thinking that academic and curricular studies only will help them to move further, but it is not like that. Apart from studies, we have to learn something, because God has created each human being to complete a particular karma. So this two flowers will guide them what they have to study and what they are going to become in their life. So to reach their karma out and fulfill what they come for, the purpose of their life will be identified by them. So I request all the parents to give their children these two remedies. So thank you for giving me this great opportunity to explain that flower remedies are very much helpful in becoming very prosperous in life. And along with if ALP astrology is not there, I'll be suggesting some common flowers for education. But this ALP astrology has given me a new perspective that everything is different for every. As flower medicines, ALP astrology also remains different for every human being. True. So according to their second bhava and the ruling planet, their medicines and their remedies change, and their problems also are different according to their horoscope. But these two remedies will help them a lot to get through their life.
I will leave you with one mantra which all students can do it in their day-to-day life. This will help them improve their memory power. It is to the sun god. It is just one-liner. You have to chant it for 11 times. Every day in the morning, do a Surya Namaskar and you can leave to school. This will help you improve your intelligence, the brain power and the willpower. Because sun is the ruler of all the planets, isn't it? So the Atma Karakan will guide you throughout the day. So this is the sloka. Om Namo Adityaya Buddhir Balam Dehi Me Sada. This is the sloka. You have to chant it 11 times. The sloka means, O sun god, give me the power of intelligence throughout. the day throughout my life. This is what it means. It is just a wish you are giving to, you are asking sun god to grant on you, because sun is the god which we see every day. So without sun, we don't, life doesn't prosper, isn't it? So get the grace of the sun god and begin your day, chant it 11 times, and define a very good path of education and career ahead of you. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Bhavani, for joining us in this beautiful session and enlightening us with all your flower remedies. We will catch up with you in further more sessions on flower medicines and different other aspects of life in the forthcoming weeks. Thank you. Thank you, viewers. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, viewers.
Recording stopped.